Hi everyone, my name is Kimberly from the Portland Writing Center. Today I'm going to give you a brief overview of how apostrophes work. So on the screen I have an excerpt from The Simple Math of Writing Well by Dr. Jenny Harrop. On here you can see the two main reasons, the two only reasons that apostrophes are used. And that is first to show possession, so that something belongs to something else. And second to show omission, meaning something has been left out or is missing. So first we'll talk about possession. So if you're showing possession of a singular subject, the apostrophe goes before the S. But if the subject you're talking about is plural, the apostrophe will go after the S. So let's look at a couple of examples. This first sentence, the dog's bowl is overflowing. So in the sentence we're talking about one dog, singular, but the bowl belongs to the dog, showing possession. So because dog is singular, the apostrophe would go before the S. In this second example, Leah has 3 cats and her cat's bowl is often empty. So we know this subject, cats, is plural because she has 3, and the bowl belongs to the 3 cats, showing possession. So since it's plural, the apostrophe would go after the S, as is shown here. Lastly, you can see right here in this sentence, if a singular subject already ends with the letter S, and this can happen a lot with names, you would simply put the apostrophe after that S. So for example, Charles' laugh is infectious. Charles, there's only one Charles, but his name already ends with the letter S. So to show that it's his laugh, show that possession, you would simply put the apostrophe after the S. Next, we'll talk about the second reason you would use an apostrophe, which is to show omission, or that something has been left out. In this first example, I don't want to leave the house today. So don't we know is a contraction. It's simply the combination of the two words do not, but the O has been omitted there. So the apostrophe has to go where the letter was omitted, so right here. And same with this next example. For the word wouldn't, which is also a contraction, we know that the O here has been omitted. It's been left out. So the apostrophe would need to go right where that O was omitted. In this last example, the 60s were a tumultuous time in American history. So we know they're referring to the 1960s there. They just omitted the 19. So the apostrophe would need to go where that 19 was omitted. And one last thing I'll say about apostrophes, one of the most common mistakes people make with them is that they use an apostrophe to make something plural, which is never correct. So for example, if I said, I work on Saturdays, meaning multiple Saturdays, every Saturday, I wouldn't need an apostrophe there because I'm simply making the word plural. So it would be incorrect to say, write Saturdays this way. You would just put an S at the end of Saturdays with no apostrophe. So you never need it to show that something's plural. Again, you only would use apostrophes if you're showing possession or omission. So hopefully that clarifies things a little, and we hope to see you in the Portland Writing Center soon. Thanks for listening.